My job as mom is to advocate and get the help surrounding what their needs are. So that's included a team, not just with Megan, but other therapies along the way. And all of those we've been able to bring in home, which has been pretty cool. I have 6 kids. My husband and I have been married for 28 years now. So quite a while. We've homeschooled our family, our kids all the way through, except for our boys who came to us through the foster care system. And so they weren't allowed to be homeschooled at first. We noticed that there were some delays there, so we got several different rounds of testing done. In the beginning, it was both their receptive and expressive speech were just super delayed. And then as they got older, we noticed their ADHD was like off the charts. And so we tried all the possible things, every kind of therapy, ones that were recognized, ones that weren't, every kind of diet, oils, supplements, you name it, we did it. In an attempt to help their bodies get what their bodies needed, and then just get them the support they needed. I'd been at a conference and heard a speech therapist speaking on executive function, and I thought, I could write the book on this. This is what my boys need. And so when I called to reestablish speech therapy, they gave me Megan, and she knew exactly what I was talking about.
As a speech language pathologist, we have lots of roles. You'll find a lot of us tend to specialize in areas because you just can't know it all. So I work anywhere from kiddos that have a stutter, kiddos with feeding tubes, kiddos that have executive functioning difficulties, so processing difficulties.
She was able to focus on the executive function piece that we so needed, because we saw, gosh, the sequencing, chronological order of anything, telling time and understanding even the concept of time. Even though we've been working for years and years on, telling time on a clock and other concepts, it wasn't a wouldn't, it was a couldn't. And that's hard, but recognizing that and going, okay, so how do we build scaffolding around? How do we equip, encourage? What kind of things can we put, systems in play that we can put in the home, in their daily life that will help them better succeed at these things?
Our biggest focus has been helping the boys to expand their potential when it comes to problem solving and being independent and being safe in situations. They've made so much progress in 6 years. It's been awesome. And I've been in the home 2 to 3 times a week for that time frame. All through COVID, we went virtual. Now we're kind of a hybrid model. So I do for sure once a week in the home and then twice a week virtual. Working with twins happens surprisingly quite a bit. I have like 3 sets of twins on my caseload right now, I think. But it's really cool because as you get to know these families and these kids, they're very different, but also can be very the same. A lot of things we see are genetic or hereditary. So sometimes we'll see, blood siblings and they all have pretty similar difficulties or delays. Rapport with them makes therapy go so much smoother. We can really tap into more realistic stuff if the boys will be honest with me. And luckily we've been able to create that friendship that they'd be like, hey, this is really hard. I don't get this. And they can get frustrated and we can talk through it. So being able to be honest and see them at their best and their worst is a privilege.
My name is Matthew and I'm 15 years old. This is my school. I do school here. My name's Mark and I'm 15. Megan's helped me through a lot of different stuff, from meal prep to independent living, games to staying on task, safety, like food safety. She helps me make my life better and more responsible. She helps me so I don't burn myself or hurt myself when I'm cooking. I've experienced that and that is painful. Like the pizza pockets we made, they were tragic, but we still got them done in a timely manner, and they still tasted good. We could not have done it without you, Megan. I'm a big mountain guy. I love the mountains. I want to live in Colorado, either in the Rocky Mountains or up in Estes, where there's a lot of animals and it's nice and beautiful. And I do want to live here with my mom and dad until I'm at least 20. And then when I feel ready, I can be like, all right, I'm gonna go live on my own. I stumble on my words a lot. I'm a fast reader and fast talker. So she helps me when we're on with her, either in person or virtual. She just helps me slow down, and she's like, all right, you're going too fast, so reread this, and then keep going. Like, stop and for the pauses, wait for the periods.
We also have worked on communication in different settings and how we talk differently to different people sometimes. You know, we talk differently to mom versus we do a stranger at the gym. So working on understanding those social communication nuances and barriers.
Megan's part of the family. Like, that's how that's become. With almost everybody we've had in our home over the years, again, across the different therapies that we've had, because they are doing life with you. So we celebrate the victories and cry through the losses. And we joke about this being the table of true confessions, because so often we're sitting here and just real life is happening. We've done speech hiking. We've done speech down at Chatfield because we could. And not every therapist is going to have that kind of flexibility, but how do we make it work? And we can meet at the store and do a session of shopping and figuring out, well, if the milk costs this much here, how much does it cost at Sam's Club where Dad usually buys it? Which would be the better deal? And do we need a whole gallon right now? You know, like those being able to do those kinds of things super makes it like applicable across the board, because I can take not just her, but other therapists. We can go, and as we move into that independence and more adult living skills, they need to know how to do these things.